Hello everyone. Um, I'm a little bit late today. Um, we are gonna do a quickie one for 1 hour or more or less, maybe 1.5. Um, Thank you everyone for joining. Hello everyone again. My name is Ali. We are back at my stream at season 3, episode 8, and season 3 is about option trading strategies, especially the strategy called wheel. And currently we are at the eighth episode of implementing our simulator and trading strategy. And what we did last time is we added additional rules and we improved our strategy a little bit, and we need to assess that still. Um, so let me quickly walk through what we planned for today. So if you remember, we are implementing now the improvements, so that's what we are gonna finish today. Last time we implemented the phase 2, so today we are working on the risk management. We're gonna implement the phase 3, and this will finish basically all our improvements list. Then define, yeah, so this is our first task for today. We implement improvements, and then we will analyze remaining improvements and make tasks out of them or kick them out. Should we roll for the puts? We need to decide if we should roll for the puts as well. And also, once all improvements are implemented, let's do one round of simulations and manually check everything. And then we wanted to do a back testing on the real prices, which is I'm want to do for a long time already, but I don't know if we are gonna be able to do it today, to be honest, because the time is very short today. But I am 100% sure that we will be able to implement the risk management, and let's start right away with that. So let's run my cloud. And let's change the model so we are not, we won't use all our tokens in one. Or maybe we can plan with Opus and implement with Sunnet. Let's do it like this. Model plan with Opus. So let's go to plan. And what we have here is the third phase. Let's plan the implementation of the third phase from improvements MD. While it's preparing a plan, we can discuss a couple of things. So I'm working as usual a lot on the development experience with the AI, and I'm finally getting to the multi-agent, multi-stage development, I think. I usually do it manually, but I'm thinking lately about automating all that, to be honest. I don't know yet how I'm gonna be handling this during next days in my main project that I'm working on. And basically what I want to do, like what I'll just explain what I'm doing manually usually. So I have, and what's the best setup that I came up with so far. So the Codex 5.3 is actually pretty good model, and it's cheap. It's much cheaper than Opus to use, at least with my resources, what I have. And it's slow, but it's very it's thinking like about very small things sometimes that even Opus cannot think about, and that's why I decided to combine them all. So I'm thinking about this approach. Like first, we have a codex for 5.3, which basically prepares the implementation plan. Then having Sonnet 4.6 implementing it, then having the returning back to the first agent that prepared the plan within the same context that it prepared the plan. It will review the implementation, leave its comments. Then we are going back to the implementation agent, um, which will review the implementation itself, or review the reviews. Basically, decide what from this makes sense, what's not. Basically, assess it based on the severity, like critical, medium, and low severity action points or tasks. And then it will also assess whether it wants to fix or skip a feature. And and then it implements this. Then it goes back to the original agent, which or to the planning agent, which reviews the fixes again. Um, yeah, let me write this down. I forgot about it. And then there is another agent, which or basically probably it's not going to be another agent, but it's going to be another action by both of these agents, by implementer and planner. Um, um, so which basically checks on the log of the implementation and of the planning and decides like what was wrong there, because during every implementation, like whatever agent does, you what I decided like it sometimes like tries to find a workaround. It's not usually obvious to it some stuff, and it must like go and do additional lookups and checks. And this is basically the point where you lose tokens, you lose time, and maybe quality, even quality, during the development. And that's why like after everything implemented, everything works, fixed, tested, and so on and so on, we do another round or another iteration of review, which is basically a technical lead review, which reviews the process of the planning of the development, determines what points of improvements could be there in this workflow, and writes them down, basically effectively updating the agents MD file and documentation and specifying like what was wrong. Like for example, yesterday I was implementing another app, and the model apparently was confused by having the strict or like the exact number of tests in the documentation. And then when I asked it like what would you improve in your workflow, it said like the number of tests was actually misleading, and I spent a couple of time trying to figure out why my current number of tests does not fit it, and then I figured out that it doesn't matter actually how much tests we have. So there was definitely useless, and actually it was even bringing more harm. The idea that we write the number of tests in the agent's context basically. So that's why it decided, like it says, yeah, let's just not write the number of tests. It won't be misleading me anymore, So this is kind of stuff. Like, and some of them, they see that there is like something missing in the docs that they could have easily read first and then acted on, and so on and so on. So this kind of things I want to improve, because like my end game plan is to go to completely like how to say, unsupervised automated development. But for that you need to come up with a good robust sandbox in which you're developing, that you make sure that even though you don't follow the development, it happens right. So you need tests, you need specifications, and you need this kind of evaluations over your agent's work. Okay, let's go back to the planning here because it has some questions now. For the stop loss rule, when it fires in the short call phase, the open call must be bought back before closing the position. Should the stop loss also trigger if there's only a short put open when the underlying hasn't been assigned yet, but IV is spiking? Um, I don't know yet. Delta action. Okay, so the option is only holding ETH and short call. So stop loss only applies when you own ETH with or without a short call. In short put phase, you have no position to stop out of. The put just expires. And the second one is all phases with exposure. So buy back the put if the underlying crashes to avoid assignment into a falling knife. Um, I don't know yet. I just asked it for the recommendation because like help me decide. For the portfolio delta management, when net delta is out of range, what we're doing here, I don't know like about it anything, to be honest. For the portfolio management, when the net delta is out of range, should the rules only skip the new option cells, or should they also actively close existing position to bring delta back in range? Same here actually. What's your recommend? Okay, so this one is keep only recommended because only prevents the new option sales when delta is out of range. Simpler, less churn. Lets existing options expire naturally. Actively close sell ETH or buyback options to force delta back into range. More aggressive, more trading costs. What's your recommendation? Help me decide. I still don't get why and where we need the delta management. So we will go through some iteration of discussion, I guess, first. Okay, so here we have the answer. Stop loss scope. Okay, so recommendation was only holding ETH and short call. In short put phase, you don't actually hold ETH. Your maximum is already bounded. You get assigned at the strike price. Buying back the put early means locking in a loss, paying more than you received to avoid an assignment that might not even happen. The real danger is after assignment. You own ETH and it keeps failing. That's where the stop loss has the most impact. Adding short put adds complexity for marginal benefit. Okay, delta management, I recommend deferring it. Here's what portfolio delta means in practice for a single contract wheel. Base idle cash delta 0. Okay, no exposure. Short put, it's around 0.3. Small long exposure via put. Holding ETH, we are holding fully long. and short call we are long is minus short call, so it's like 0.7. Delta management would skip puts when delta is too high, or skip calls when too low. But for single contract wheel, this is largely redundant with what you already have. Adaptive calls. Yeah, that's what I was thinking actually. I'm also thinking about the stop loss, like what's the point of it in our case right now if we can roll down, for example, the put that we haven't done yet. Delta management becomes valuable when you run multiple contracts at a different strikes expirations or want market neutral positioning. For a single unit wheel, it adds parameter complexity without much marginal value over adaptive calls plus stop loss. Okay. Let's write it. Okay, let's skip 3.3 and mark as deferred. Let's focus on 3.1. I still don't understand it well, so maybe explain to me the options and pros and cons more. Also, if I was considering implementing roles of the puts, does it change the strategy anyhow here? Okay. Great, let me break down the stop loss in detail. So how the wheel works without the stop loss, the problem. We sell put at 2400 strike, collect $50 premium, is at 2300. Assigned, you now own is at 2400 cost basis. Then we sell covered call, collect 30 premium, is at 2100. Call expires out of the money, you still hold is unrealized minus 300. Sell another call, collects 25 premium, is dropping down, call expires at out of the money, unrealized 600, and is at, yeah, so and so on and so on, and then it's going down. So you're stuck back holding, collecting 25, $50 per cycle in premium while sitting on a 1200 loss that takes 25 plus cycles to recover. If ETH never recovers, neither does your position. What the stop loss does, it says if ETH drops more than X% below my entry price, sell immediately and take the loss. Okay, instead of sitting on a $700 loss, collecting $300 a week for months, you take the hit and restart. The key inside, capital deployed in a losing position has opportunity cost. The same capital would be earning fresh premium on the new puts. The key parameters and trade-offs. Parameter threshold. So Too tight threshold, stopped out by normal crypto swings, lots of realized losses from false triggers. Sweet spot 20-30%, avoids with whipsaws while still limiting catastrophic back holding. And to lose, might as well not have one by 40%. You've already lost most value. And cooldown 0 days, risk with whipsawing, stop out, sell put assign, stop out. 7-14 days, it's gonna be less, let dust settle, avoid re-entering during a crash. 30 plus days, miss re-entry when price stabilizes. So now the stop loss interacts mechanically, but when the stop loss fires in the short call phase, the common sense. Buy back the open call at the current price and spread. Sell is at the market spot price. Transition to idle cash. Start cooldown timer. Keep put selling for end days. How put rolling would interact. Put rolling, item 1.2, would mean instead of waiting for put expiry and getting assigned, you roll the put when it goes in the money or nears expiry. Rolling the put avoids assignment in the first place. Roll down out to a lower strike. These two features are complementary, not conflicting. Put rolling is defensive layer 1. Avoid getting assigned into a falling knife. And stop loss is defensive layer 2. If you do get assigned, rolling fails or isn't enabled, escape the position before losses compound. Okay, so basically put rolling will be having a higher priority in the execution. That's how it's combined with this strategy. Put rolling doesn't change the stop loss design at all. The stop loss only activates in holding is or short call phases when you only reach after assignment. If put rolling prevents assignment, the stop loss simply never triggers, which is ideal. Okay. Another question about stop design, or should I write a final implementation plan? Okay. Write the plan. Okay, so waiting for a final plan from Opus. Then we're gonna switch. Okay, so it's done. Roll. Wow. Plan is here. We can actually look at it here. If you type Control G. Okay, so phase 3, stop loss rule, item 3.1. The wheel strategy currently has unbounded downside during the holding phase. La la la, we know all this. After assignment on the pool, the strategy holds east toward call, but if east keeps falling, it back holds indefinitely, collecting small premiums against large unrealized losses. Stop loss rule cuts the position when the drawdown from exceeds configurable threshold, feeling being capital to restart. Okay, I think it's good to go. Um, how do I resume this? It's stuck. Okay, now it's dead. Let's resume. Let's switch for now to the sonnet, and let's see the plan. Um, Plan is good. Implement. I think it's good to have it anyway. I don't like it, to be honest, until now. I mean, even now, but let's still have it. Like, we can always tune it less aggressively, so it never triggers. And we can play around with it. We can meanwhile check what's happening. Two new rules. Should be almost right. Okay, so it's done. Let's review and test. So we have new rules here. This one is throwing close position action. This one sends skip in case the cooldown did not pass yet. Okay, looks good to me. Okay, so the docs are now as well updated. I'll add all that. and let's test it. So if we just enable it on a default settings, it's already clear here that the max drawdown is decreasing. However, min APR is going down. Win rate does not change. Let's take a look at the 1 year simulations. Okay, so this improves already drastically. Within 1 year, you can see that from 51% win rate, it goes to 65% win rate. And from max drop down from 1,500 to max to 2,000. And if we increase that value, then we also increase the win rate drastically. But having lower cooldown is actually more profitable. Or like it's worse on max drawdown, but it's better on the win rate. Um, close position legend missing on chart. As usual here, the legend is missing. I think it's this one, is the black one. Okay, so it's done. It looks like it works actually. So I think we can consider this as done and commit. So since I think we are not gonna be much analyzing today, let's dive into the last feature I wanted to implement, and this is a rolling. Okay, committed now. I'm gonna push it. Let's switch again to the opus for great thinking, and let's plan the where is it? 1.2 from the improvements. I want to explore rolling and how it affects strat. Stop. I hope I'm gonna have enough tokens on my, but I think it should be enough. Okay, I thought it was ready, but now it's more code base. So the idea here is that, for example, in this situation, um, instead of like getting assigned, it should have just rolled. And there is two options to basically either roll, like, I mean, rolling is basically just buying back the position you already have, the option you already sold, and just selling a new option. So basically you just cover the losses with this by either lowering down your strike price or moving your day to expiry further to the future. By moving it to the future, you are basically increasing the uncertainty, and this is why you're getting paid for. Uh, this is why you get the premium. My God, this thinking took it like almost everything I had here. So, to be honest, I'm not sure like what's the best option. Like sell it to the other expiry or a lower strike or both, because I think what we do on calls here is we actually sell it like to the sell it with the further day to expiry. Okay, we have a plan here. So currently puts use fixed 7-day cycle, sell, hold, expire, repeat. The ladder improvement cells put at the longer and rolls them at the remaining before theta decay flattens out. This captures the theta sweet spot repeatedly without carrying the position through the low theta high gamma tails end. The call rolling mechanism is already implemented and provides the architectural pattern to follow. The key decisions are reuse roll signal, roll put rule returns action roll, same as roll call rule. The rule field disambiguates and add option time to option rolled event. I currently state that yes, hard codes the type call. Need to make it generic. Only roll out of the money puts. If the put is in the money, let it expire. For assignment, the wheel needs assignments to work. Okay. Separate initial data expiry from cycle length days. Continues to control calls. Okay. So let's switch back to the net and apply. Let's hope that 10% will be enough to implement this. Might add additional tokens if how interesting memory file. Interesting that this agent basically maintains its own memory. I just noticed this, I didn't know it before. I saw it here in the tool calling. It read the memory empty file, which is empty, but still, I guess it's implying that it writes to the memory sometimes, and it's actually project based. Haven't seen this before. GM, all the newcomers. Didn't write a single line yet, and it's already 5% less. Let's read about that improvement again, because like I didn't notice actually about doing it before the expiry. So tests are done. Now we check the coverage. You can scroll here. In the strategy, params add the separator for logical params. Logically different params for the better ability. You see there are many params now here, and it's actually hard already visually to see them all. I want to separate them like this in the groups. Too big already, and these are all the params we have in our strategy. We are gonna be later discussing, testing, maybe automating some of those. Okay, now it's looking better. Okay, now I see that there are no. We're gonna test it manually. I see there is no documentation here, so I asked it to prepare documentation. Meanwhile, we can test. So the new stuff is here. Let's take a look if we just enable it. Wow, win rate 100%. What the fuck is this? We just don't trade at all. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Max drawdown 0. But it decreases the APR. Still better than holding. And what if we put it here? Interesting. Okay, I see it works, but it needs, I think, more deep dive into from now on. So which is like our next point in our plan anyway. Did you update the state machine? Yeah, simulation MD. I see the state machine was updated here, but it was not updated there. I'm gonna finish with this, and I think we are done with the improvements for now. So let's write down here like we um so let's change this, not analyze remaining, like move remaining improvements. Okay, let's do it. Clean the improvements .md from implemented stuff. The rest move to docs as a separate doc with future improvements. Keep notes and reasonings from the original. And we implemented this actually. We didn't even have it properly planned for today. So yeah, so what's left for us for the next session is we are gonna clean the improvements MD file. We're gonna move it to the docs. We are gonna one more time check that all the trading here makes sense. We will test everything ourselves as we usually do sometimes here, and um, yeah, and at the end oh, okay, so it fixed the state machine here as well. Let's changed. Okay, so there is the rule, which is roll basically from short put to short put, the same like short call to short call. But I don't like it that it's above. Make it similar to skip. So it's on the left of the node and on the right of its node, and you can just use the arrow from skip and move it up till so it's yeah. So this is basically the news thing that appears here. It will be just moved here now, and yeah, and that's it. And what we need is to basically just go ahead and test everything now one more time, test different parameters, see what could have changed, just to find anything that doesn't make sense. You know, remember we last time we did that and we found something here as well. And once it's done, we implemented already all the improvements. I think our strategy is ready for production, but what I definitely want to do first is to implement the yeah, nice, good now, to implement that to implement the backtesting on the real prices of Ethereum. This will be really cool to see the real charts, because everything we do now is for simulated charts, which is very cool. We learned a lot how to make them realistic. I think we can reuse that for many other strategies we're going to be working on later. Just a really cool way to generate charts close to real charts. Probably this could be separated into like a separate API with charts, you know, then we can just switch from one API to another one, like from real to unreal to imaginary. And yeah, but yes, like next steps are checking everything again, running it against the real chart, the real prices of Ethereum, and then we are gonna start implementing this baby finally. I'm really looking forward into that. I think this should be fine and interesting. Okay, let's commit. I think we are done here. Yep, and that's it. So everything here is updated. All the plan is ready. It's gonna be committed now, and I'm gonna push that. So thank you everyone for joining today. Today it was a quickie. Fortunately, had to do some other errands, but yeah, I'm gonna be back on Wednesday. For now, nothing seems to be stopping us from doing this next Wednesday. So please join again at 3 p.m. Central European Time. Don't forget to put likes, subscribes. I have a Telegram channel where I announce the start of the streams as well, or you can just subscribe to the notifications here. Thanks again for coming today, for joining. So see you on Wednesday. Bye bye, guys.